Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's time for another volume review. This is going to be on a Webtoon made into a manga. I guess I shouldn't really say made into a manga because technically they're not Japanese, but still, it is a great series. This is Webtoon Unscrolled. There's a little brand right there. It doesn't have the Webtoon brand. And Yen Press and other companies have been taking webtoons and making them into books. I think Webtoon themselves have seen success in that, so then they themselves are also releasing them as well. This one's called Everything Is Fine. Now, it definitely is not, and it is a great first volume. I finished it in one day. I couldn't really wait to see what was coming next, so straight through it. So, before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, check out my channel for other reviews. I have stuff being reviewed left and right. Trying my best to continue posting stuff for you guys here and there. So make sure you guys are all watching all those videos as well. Thank you for the love and support. But if you haven't done so by now, make sure you do subscribe to my channel. Also, give some love to just this video specifically by commenting and liking, because that helps tremendously. So if you like this series and want to hear more like it, make sure you guys can continue watching. Because yeah, it helps a lot here on YouTube. Okay, everything is fine. This is the first volume. Um, I like the aesthetic of this particular webtoon because it doesn't seem like it's cut anywhere. It's very much I don't want to say a comic or a manga. It's very its own thing, right? But usually when you read webtoons chapters online, it's this huge scroll. Essentially, if you were to print it out, it would just be a big page, long page, right? So they do have to find points to cut it, and whoever decided to do this one did a really good job. So don't know what's going on in the story, but essentially we have Sam and Maggie. This is Sam. Everyone wears masks, and they wear kind of the same masks, and they live in this neighborhood where it's just a little bit insane. Um, there's everyone's hiding a secret or something, and they're trying their best not to go beyond whatever the government doesn't want to do. So it's essentially follow the rules or not, you're gonna be exiled. And essentially, when you get exiled, you you end up doing just the worst. And we see that in the first few chapters. First two chapters kind of weird, but we kind of get by with it. First, found out that there's a dog within Sam and Maggie's family that's dead. It's just been laying there, and they just act like it's alive. Like, oh yeah, silly dog doesn't like to go out and do stuff anymore. Blah blah blah, and they just go on with it like nothing's weird. It's a dead dog there. She keeps giving it food like it's gonna eat it or anything, but it's just there. Well, in the following chapters, there's this dude who I guess disobeyed the cops and all that, and I guess he's gone insane. His mask is all ripped, and he's asking for help. And I'm gonna just show you how he looks. Okay, here he is. He's asking for help. He's like, I haven't eaten in days. Please help me out. And they completely ignore him. But Sam, at one point, says, you know what? I think the dog needs to go outside, go to the restroom. Maggie's like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, he needs to go to the restroom. So he leaves the dead dog outside. And this guy goes on, and you don't really see much. You just see munch, 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 munch. But this guy eats the dog. And that's it. Now, there is a whole middle section of where we meet a new character, Charlie, who's a neighbor who has this weird obsession of trains in his basement, always spends his time in the basement. And there's other neighbors next door who, they're snakes. They're trying to get to a better neighborhood, and they'll do anything to do it. So the snakes invite everyone. They're not really snakes, but they're bad people. Invite everyone for dinner. They find a secret that we don't know what it is. And essentially, Charlie's hiding something in that basement. It's not trains. And when Charlie tries to tell Maggie what it is, he gets caught, and the cops arrest him and take him. We don't know what happens to him. He just disappears. So Maggie goes into digging and she finds out what he was doing. We don't know what it is. And she starts building this thing as well. Now she's being chased down by a cop. The cop Tom is definitely behind. Like he's figuring out what Maggie's doing. At the end, he and her husband Sam are trying to investigate what Maggie's doing, and Maggie takes justice to her hands. Now, I'm not going to show you more. You guys need to read the rest, but it is a great series. There is something happening in this world that we don't know what it is, but essentially the government wants you to be a certain way, and people don't want it. Some people are living with the structure, like the couple that live next door, and they turned in Charlie, and now they're moving into a better home, and like they're moving up in society. But at the same time, it's like you're throwing your own friends under the bus just to survive. And it's a horrible way to survive, to be honest. But oh well. Crazy, crazy story. If you're looking for a good webtoon to read, I will recommend Everything is Fine. Go read it, go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. Check out my other reviews. I have quite a bit of them here in this channel. Check out my social media in the description below. You guys can find all the social media links. Give some love to those. Thank you again for your love and support. And guys, like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.